a derelict hunting camp in the Baffin Islands, northern Canada. Photographers Christina Mittermeier and Paul Nicklin watched in horror as a polar bear took what were likely its last steps. With mangy, discolored fur and a gaunt frame, the bear dragged its feet, taking slow and labored movements. At one point, it paused to scavenge for food in an abandoned barrel, chewing on the foam seat of a snowmobile, which had been burned and tossed away. It was so heartbreaking to watch this animal, probably in its last few minutes of life, said Mittermeier, who shot what would later become one of the decade's most viral and controversial polar bear images. In December 2017, her image and Nicklin's accompanying video footage were published in National Geographic magazine, overlaid with subtitles suggesting, "This is what climate change looks like." The scene in the Baffin Islands became a sensation, quickly clocking up an estimated 2.5 billion views, and fueling a global discussion about the threat of melting ice caps and global warming. Images of distressed polar bears clinging to ice floes or in far-flung Arctic landscapes have become instantly recognizable as emblems for the climate crisis. However, over the last decade, scientists, campaigners and news desks have begun to drift away from these visuals, questioning if they really paint a realistic image of climate change. Imagery that was once hauntingly attention-grabbing was criticized for being too distant, unrelatable, and devastating, prompting a call for more diverse representations of climate change. Popular media began to shift away from these iconic photos, opting instead for images of extreme weather, such as heat waves, droughts, and typhoons, which emphasize an issue far closer to home. Although experts are in agreement that ice caps are melting at record rates, some have warned that images of distressed polar bear might not tell the full story. Sea ice concentrations have declined by 13% each decade since 1979 due to increasing global temperatures. In 2023, sea ice in Antarctica is well below any previous recorded winter leveler benchmark that the National Snow and Ice Data Center recently termed mind-blowing. One victim of this change are polar bears, who spend less time on sea ice, leading them to fast for longer, become thinner, and have fewer cubs. But Michael Pritchard, a photo historian at the Royal Photographic Society in the UK, warns that taking shopping polar bear photos at face value can be problematic. We need to think about the context in which it was taken, how it was taken, and why it was taken. They say the photograph never lies. Well, actually, it can tell a very different story to reality, he says. In response to criticism that circled Mittermeier's starving polar bear photo, which suggested other factors, such as cancer, could be at play, National Geographic issued a statement to say it had gone too far by making the link between the dying polar bear and climate change.